stories, you also hear ours, because there are people that benefited and continue to benefit from this bill. So one is Veronique from Wellesley Hills, who writes that this was just what was normal before the ACA. In 2012, there was a fire in our building, and we woke up in our bedroom full of smoke. After my husband had been treated in the ER for smoke inhalation, the insurance company proceeded to lie to us and the hospital for months, delaying payments, claiming they were still processing, and in the end, my husband had to pay $1,000 out of his own pocket. The terms of the policy were never met. She continues, with so many people working freelance these days, it's necessary for there to be options for individual plans. When we moved to Massachusetts at the end of 2014, we did our research using Mass Health Connector and bought insurance that had everything we needed from a reputable, nationally known company. We felt so blessed to be able to continue our work without having to worry about the insurance company defrauding us. Another woman, Alexandra from Wellesley, writes that a very dear family member of mine has polycystic kidney disease, a chronic pre-existing condition. Prior to the ACA, we were unable to find affordable coverage for them due to their PKD, and if we were able to find an available insurance plan at all. Thanks to the ACA, our family has access to the health care that we need, regardless of the pre-existing conditions like PKD. Another letter coming in from Pamela from West Newton writes that she struggles with mental illness. Myself, along with many others with mental illness, rely on day treatment centers to stay out of the hospital. Mass Health, our Medicaid plan in Massachusetts, pays for these treatments which are necessary for positive healing. Before going to day treatment centers, I often found myself back at the hospital very soon after being discharged. After being admitted to a local community service center with the help of the Massachusetts Department of Mental Health, I was able to make positive strides towards mental stability. These stories are very real. These patients are very real. These benefits are very real. And I urge my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, hear those voices, hear those stories as we try to, as you go through these reform efforts. The second point I want to make, because it has been said over and over and over again that the ACA is a job killer. I represent a state with a 2.8% unemployment rate and a 2.8% uninsured rate. The fact that this is a job killer, that allegation is just false. You want to see what happens when Democrats and Republicans come together to make this bill work? Come to Massachusetts. The water's warm. The economy's strong. We'd welcome you there. For those of you that wonder what will happen if this bill is repealed, there is some data out there about the job losses that will result from an ACA repeal. California, for example, 333,600 jobs lost. Florida, 181,000 jobs lost. Georgia, 71,500 jobs lost. Illinois, 114,300 jobs lost. Indiana, 55,400 jobs lost. Kentucky, 44,500 jobs lost. Louisiana, 36,800 jobs lost. Michigan, 101,500 jobs lost. Mississippi, 16,400 jobs lost. Missouri, 46,100 jobs lost. New Jersey, 86,400 jobs lost. New York, 130,700 jobs lost. North Carolina, 76,200. North Dakota, 8,200.
Will the gentleman yield from
Ohio, not yet, we're getting there.
Come on, I was just
126,300. Oregon, 45,300. Pennsylvania, 137,200. Tennessee, 57,000. Texas, 174,700.
Will the gentleman yield?
Virginia, I'm telling you, we're almost there. Hold on a second. Virginia, 51,600. Washington, 40,900. West Virginia, 16,500 jobs. Okay? Now I'm done. Mr. Mullen, yes.
Well, I was just wanting to see if I was as good a friend to you as you was, or I was to you as you were to me, because I yield to you pretty quick. What source are you using for that?
That would be the Commonwealth Fund, sir. The website is available. I can give you the website if you'd like, www.commonwealthfund.org.
Who are they funded by, do you know?
I do not know that, but I'm guessing it's not going to be the Republican National Committee with those figures.
Well, I mean, and I just say that because I'm all about, you know, statistics. God, I love numbers because numbers don't lie, but I want to make sure we're using the right numbers. I yield back.
Will the gentleman yield? Will the gentleman yield since
Yes,
I mentioned Oregon? I met with your governor, Charlie Baker, and what he said is under mass care, you had 97% coverage under Romney Care, mass care, and when the ACA took effect, 7 million people went off private insurance, 7 million people were added to Medicaid. Their bill in your state was another $1.3 billion addition on Medicaid, which meant as a 50-50 FMAP state, $1.3 billion was taxpayer support too.
And Chairman,
97% of the people are still covered.
yeah, a little over 97% of the people are
So
still
same number, but what ACA did in Massachusetts, he told me, was move people off private insurance onto Medicaid, which cost the state $1.3 billion and cost federal taxpayers $1.3 billion.
And luckily, we've got a Republican governor that is trying to to try to shift that back, get the business community bought in with an additional fee from those folks to ensure that we maintain high-quality coverage. And our governor, as you know, has been one of the leading voices in the Republican Party about the importance of Medicaid and Medicaid expansion.
And the gentleman's time has expired. Are there other members? And he's a Republican. Are there other members seeking recognition? Gentleman from California, Mr. Peters.
I trust Mr. Kennedy's numbers, but I'm not sure about the water being warm in Massachusetts. I wanted to introduce you to my friend, Charlie McMahon. Charlie is a